he is. 8th grade. Could you raise your hands, please? Thank you. 7th grade. 6th grade. 5th grade. 4th grade. 3rd grade. 2nd grade. And kindergartners. Thank you for your attention. We're here. We're here because this school believes that school should be safe and fun for all students. And we do extraordinary things with your help to make that happen. That's why we have a SuperFriends program. Now someone said, where did the name SuperFriends come from? Because this is the Alveus anti-bullying program. But SuperFriends program is our version, and it came from you. Students designed that. They designed our logo, and they designed the name, and I think that is a fabulous thing, that this program has you stamped all over it. So today we're going to have a little fun. We're going to review a few things, and I believe all of you, teachers included, have signed the pledge that we're going to continue to be a SuperFriends school. So let's see. I'm going to challenge the kindergartners, the newest kids on the block, to stand up. Kindergartners, could you stand up? And can you turn so you're looking at all of the other kids in this whole school? All right, look at the right kid. I want you to be safe at school. Now, I know you've only been here 3 weeks, but could you say the first rule? What is the first rule? Correct. Let's try this one. What about the second rule? It is? That's right. If we see someone being bullied, we'll get help. That's a lot to say. How does the third one start? Let's try the third one. Help them out. Excellent. Very good. Whew. You have to be the smartest group of kindergartners we have ever had. And the fourth rule. We'll tell an adult at school or an adult at home. Let's hear it for our kindergartners. Now I'm going to introduce, we have a wonderful panel of speakers today, and I know many of you have seen kids with bracelets that say, what would Jesus do? And so we have an expert that knows what Jesus would do, and that's Father Paul Fila. So we're going to hear from him.
Well, hi everybody. So thanks for being here today. You know, I'm so happy for all of you and everything that you're doing to keep SuperFriends strong here in the parish and in our school. I just want you to know something about it. You know who your best SuperFriend is? Somebody you got it. God is your best SuperFriend. Yeah, but you know what that means? Because, you know, sometimes we have special friends, but when you're a super friend, when God is your super friend, that means that every one of you is another super friend. Because every one of you is very special to God. That means you and you and you and you and you. And that means if all those people are super friends with God, that means who are we not to be? And so I'm really proud of you in the way that you keep supporting each other. Sometimes, you know, we get kind of crabby. We wake up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning, and then all of a sudden we don't want to be good to people. And you guys keep each other, so keep encouraging each other all the time. I think that's the most important thing, but I'm so proud of all of you, the way that you made Highland Catholic such a good school for this. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all your work.
Because this program comes from you, the kids, first I want to recognize our Super Friends team for this week. If you happen to be a Super Friend team member, could you stand up? I know some of you have your vests on. I want to recognize you. Thank you. All right. Just remember, when you see these older students, 7th and 8th graders, with the Super Friends, if they turn around, we can see the back of the vest so we can see the logo. You can always ask them to help you with anything. They're there for you, they're role models, and they want to make you safe and happy at recess and at lunch. So thanks for that team. We have one of their members, Mr. Jack Tierney, is going to say a few things to you, because I know that he knows about this program.
I'm an 8th grader in Mr. Molly's class, and I was asked to come say a few words because I've had a lot of family going through this school. I have Bridget, Megan, and Hannah graduated, and so I feel like my family really understands what the school's idea of what we want our students to act like is. And I think it was last year by Mrs. Skold when the Super Friends program was started, so let's give her a round of applause. I think, well, obviously the most important part of the program is the students, you guys, and I think you guys have really accepted it and like tried to do your best whenever we can. And I think everyone tries to think about, instead of, what I should do, what I'm going to do, And so I feel like everyone has been doing a great job with it. All the teachers have been doing a good job and positively encouraging everyone to do it. And so I feel like we can have a long and really good program going for a while.
We have a wonderful 8th grade class, and just this week they heard about their high school options, and I can tell you the high schools will be fighting over those 8th graders, so we are so thrilled they're here. We also have one of our favorite alum, Dr. Johnny Tower here, and we recognized him a few years ago as a super alum, and he is so experienced on all sorts of things about how people treat each other that we asked him to come in as a former student, a father of Jack and Adam, and just kind of an expert in this. So let's really welcome Dr. Tower. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jane. How's everyone doing today? It's great to be here. As Ms. Schmidt said, I was a student at Highland Catholic many years ago. I have 2 sons. Jack is in 5th grade, Adam's in 3rd grade. And so this is a school that's near and dear to my heart. I teach at St. Thomas. I teach psychology. How many of you know psychology? That is how people act, how they think. We actually talk about Professor Obeas' research in the class that I teach to 20, 21, and 22-year-olds. So you guys are like 14 years ahead of yourselves already. So give yourselves a hand. Okay, the 2 things that I want to get you thinking about today, and I want you to repeat them after me. So if you remember nothing else, remember these 2 things. Number 1, everyone is different. Can you say that? Number 2, I can make a difference. Okay, now I want to talk about each of those for just a minute, okay, because I know you have lots of learning to do today, but everyone is different. That means you can be from who knows where, right? Who knows what country, what city, what family, what street. Everyone's different. And what's the great thing about meeting new people? Raise your hand if you have an answer. What's the great thing? Yes? You can make new friends. Very good. What else? Excellent. You can learn new things. Just think about those 2, and I know we could stay here all day. This is fun. But if you just do those two things, everyone's different. You can learn a lot from them, and you can become friends with people you might never have ever known if you give them a chance. Now, the other part of that is, how many of you have been teased before? Raise your hand. Okay, raise your other hand if you've ever teased someone. So most of you have both hands in the air. I know I was teased at times in grade school and high school. I know I probably teased some people in grade school and high school, okay? I teach college students, and they will still remember, and this is the second part where I'm talking about everyone can make a difference. You can make a difference. I'll talk to college students who will still tell me about times where their feelings got hurt in grade school. These are 22-year-olds. I'll also have college students who will tell me about somebody in grade school who made a huge difference in their life. Okay, so the two things that I'd like you to remember. Number one, everyone's different. That means get to know them, learn about them. The other part is, are you different? Where does it all start? Ms. Schmidt talked about this earlier. Father Paul talked about it as well. Loving who? Loving God, and then loving Jesus. And who does God love? Yourself. How many of you love yourself? Okay, hold on. Now here's the thing. Every one of you, if you love and accept yourself, do you know that you can make a difference in your own life? So could somebody tease me about something? I'm going to give you a chance. I'm going to give my son a chance, and hopefully he's not too mean. But I want him to tease me a little. Go ahead, Jack. What could you tease me about? Okay, I make them do all the chores. Maybe that would be one of the things. But when I was young, I'll give you an example. I was really tall and skinny. So do you think people ever made fun of me for being tall and skinny? Absolutely. Some are tall, some are short, some are big, some are little, different skin colors, different families, different everything, right? What's the best thing you can do once you realize that you are different and special? So I am tall. I couldn't help that. If I wanted to be tall or short, I couldn't help that. If we accept ourselves, we make a difference in our own life. The last thing I want to talk about is this. You making a difference with someone else. How many of you have seen somebody get teased before? How many of you have ever said, you know what, that's not funny? Anybody? Because that's really all you have to do. Now I'm going to tell you a quick story. Jack was about 6, Adam was 4. Adam liked to make a mess at the kitchen table at that time. He'd spill things all over. So he'd just go up to his bedroom, it was an empty bedroom, and he'd go up there for about 20 seconds, and then he could come back down, but it was just reminding him he can't do that. Well, at one point he stayed up there. After about 2 weeks, he stayed up there for 15 minutes. And we went and checked on him, and I walk up with Jack, and Jack looks at me and he said, well, Dad, it looks like Adam needs a new consequence. Jack was a pretty smart 6-year-old, Adam was a smart 4-year-old. Here's the thing, do bullies have consequences? When I run basketball camps, I tell kids, if you get teased, who should you talk to? A coach, a teacher, a friend, a brother, a sister, a parent. But here's the other thing, you make a difference how? If you don't laugh at the bully, right? If you don't pay attention, because oftentimes kids teasing other people are hurting inside too. So the two things I want you to remember, number one, everyone is, and number two, I can. Okay, at the end of the day, you're all wonderful kids. Make sure you remember that. Be a good person. Every day, you have a choice to make a difference in someone else's life. Smile right now. Go ahead and smile. Do you feel good when you smile? You can't help it. If you're ever in a lousy mood, smile. Now look at the person next to you and give them a quick compliment. Go ahead. 10 seconds. Okay, let's stop. One compliment. I know you can give them more. Raise your hands. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand if you like having a compliment. So think about the two things you just showed. Number one, if you put a smile on your face, you feel great. Number two, you give someone else a compliment, you help put a smile on their face. Everyone's different. You can make a difference. Make sure you're a great person. Thank you very much for letting me talk to you.
At this time, I'd like to invite the person from each classroom that has a puzzle piece to come line up right here in front of us. with a phone with a timer, because I forgot to bring my phone. Is there any teacher in here that has a timer on their phone? Mr. Peterson, you're helping with the activity. Could we ask Johnny to run your timer? Mr. Tower? All right. Here is the challenge. And Mr. Peterson's up at the front. We're going to make a SuperFriends banner for our gym, because that's one place everybody goes, is to the gym, and that's where we have a lot of company too. So we're going to make this banner together because we work well together. And I think Mr. Peterson probably needs one person to help. Is there someone that could, let's have one of our, Charlie Peterson, you're tall. Who else is tall? Oh, Charlie Fithian, who am I kidding? Get up here. All right, thank you. Now, unroll your puzzle pieces and see, it's got to be something about being a super friend. We're going to put this together. Mr. Peterson, we have 3 pieces across and 6 pieces down. That's an array, 18 pieces. Here's my challenge. If this team can put this banner together in less than 3 minutes on the clock, we'll be out of uniform tomorrow. Take a look at the pieces. You got some people helping. Ready, set, go!
kindergartners if they thought it might be time to stomp out bullying at Highland Catholic at all. Kindergarten.